Welcome guys to my new video. In this video I will solve C problems using functions. So first of all, like my video, subscribe to my channel, and let's start our video. Exercise 1. Write a C program to find the cube of a number using function. In this exercise, first of all, I need to declare a function called cube. Here I need to use the double data type, not the integer, double cube, and the parameter here is double number. This is the first step. I need to declare a function. Second step, I need now to write the integer main with the code. In the integer main, I need to declare the number. I need to declare C. C is the cube. And I need to put the formula of the cube. The formula is, for example, number times number. This is how to find the cube of a number. And I need to print the result on the screen. Let's write the code to see the result, and let's start with hashtag include studio.h. Now I need to declare the function declaration double cube double number. Now I need to write the integer main integer num and double cube. Now let's tell the user to give me a number. Printf enter any number. Scanf %d and num. Now C is equal to cube num. And printf the cube of the number is printf. Let's print the cube of the number on the screen. Cube of %d is num and C. And return 0. Now let's put the formula to find the cube. Double function. I need to rewrite this function here. Double cube double num I don't need to put the semicolon here because it's a function definition. Now the formula is number times number. Here we can write this formula in a different way. We can write here, for example, double C is equal to number times number times number, and return C. It's the same. This is our C program to find the cube of a number using a function. First of all, I need to declare a function. I need to declare the number and the cube. I need to tell the user to give me a number, and I need to put the formula of the cube and print the result on the screen. Exercise 2, write a C program to find the diameter, circumference, and the area of a circle using a function. In this exercise, I need to declare three functions. The first function is double get diameter for the radius. Second function is double get circumference. And the third function is get double get area. I need to tell the user to give me a value of the radius. I need to calculate the radius, the circumference, and the area, and I need to print the value on the screen. Let's write the code to see the result. And let's start with hashtag include studio and hashtag include math. Math.h. Because here I need to use the p when I need to calculate the area of the circle. Now the function declaration, double get diameter, double radius, double get circumference, double radius, double get area, double radius. Now let's start with the integer main. Integer main. Now float radius, diameter, circumference, and the area. Now let's tell the user to give me a value of the radius. Printf, enter the radius, scanf, percentage %f because it's a float, and the radius. Now let's call the function, this three function. I need to call the three function. Let's start with the function get diameter. Get diameter, radius. Here I need to call the function. This is the first function, 2. Also radius, and finally area is equal to get area radius. I call the three functions and finally return 0. Now I need to calculate the diameter, the circumference, and the area. Double get circumference double radius return, let's put the formula 2 times p times radius, here the MP, this is the formula of the get circumference. Here the M, P is equal to 3.14. Now let's calculate the diameter. Double get diameter double radius return 2 times M P times radius and finally let's calculate the area. Double get area double radius return MP times radius times radius. And this is our C program to calculate to find the diameter, the circumference, and the area of a circle using functions. First of all, I need to declare a function. In the integer main, I need to declare the radius, diameter, circumference, and the area. And I need to tell the user to give me a value of the radius. Second step, I need to call the functions. And I need to calculate the circumference, the diameter, and the area. Now the exercise 3, I need to write a C program to find the maximum and the minimum between numbers using a function. In this problems, I need to declare two functions. I need to use two functions. The first function is for the maximum and the second is for minimum. Here I need to use the integer data type. Integer, the first function is for the maximum, and I need here to put two parameters. I need to find the maximum between two numbers, integer number 1 and integer number 2. And the second function is for the minimum. It's the same minimum, integer number 1 and number 2. Later, I need to write the integer main function, and I need to declare the number 1, number 2, maximum and minimum. Later, I need to tell the user to give me a value of the numbers, number 1 and number 2. Second step, I need to call the functions. To call the function, I need to use this formula. Maximum equal to max number 1, number 2. And for minimum, minimum equal number 1, and number 2. And later I need to use the if statement. So I don't need to use the if statement. Finally, I need to find the maximum and the minimum using, for example, if the number 1 is greater than number 2, number 1 is the maximum. And if number 2 is greater than number 1, number 2 is the maximum. Now let's write the code to see the result. Let's start with integer max, integer number 1, integer number 2, integer minimum, integer number 1, integer number 2. The first step is done. Now let's go to the main function. Let's declare number 1, number 2, maximum, minimum. Let's tell the user to give me a value of these two numbers. Scanf %d add number 1, number 2. Now the maximum is equal to max number 1 and number 2. Here I need to call the 2 function. And the minimum is equal to min, also number 1 and number 2. Now let's print the maximum and the minimum on the screen. Printf maximum is equal to maximum, and the minimum, printf minimum is equal to minimum. Return 0. Now let's find the maximum between the two numbers. Find the maximum. Integer max, integer number 1 and integer number 2. Return number 1 greater than number 2. Number 1, number 2. Integer minimum, integer number 1, integer number 2. Return number 1, greater than number 2, number 2 and number 1. Here I need to find the minimum, and this is our C program to find the maximum and the minimum between the two numbers. First of all, I need to declare the two functions. First function for the maximum and the second for the minimum. Second step, I need to use the main function to declare the number 1, number 2, maximum and minimum, and I need to tell the user to give me a value of number 1 and number 2. Later, I need to call the functions using this two formula. Maximum equal max number 1, number 2, and minimum equal min number 1, number 2. Second step, I need to print the maximum on the screen and the minimum on the screen. And finally, I need to find the maximum using this formula. If the number 1 greater than number 2, number 1 is the maximum. Here, if the number 1 greater than number 2, number 2 is the minimum. If you have any question, don't forget to contact me on Instagram, the link in bio. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like my video. That's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I see you in next video.